Now we're going to head into that half back. We're going to start with what's called C-shaped kneading for the arm. And that's where you put your hands in a C and they kind of fit right onto the arm, and we're just going to go back and forth. Again, it's not picking up like this. It's a fluid movement back and forth. And make sure you don't push really hard on the back of the arm. That's a real tender spot. Back and forth. See how my thumbs are kind of flattened out? Then we're going to come on top of that deltoid and just knead that deltoid. Get some pressure going in there with our fingertips. Take that motion, go right across up into the neck where you go back and forth and come down. That's one time through. We're going to do it in threes. Back and forth. Knead that deltoid. That deltoid gets really tired. And then come up, back and forth. Last time through. And we're going to go just a little slower and a little deeper. Knead that deltoid, bring it straight across the bones and up into the neck. Now we're going to do something called S-shaped kneading. And it looks like this, and I'll break it down and show you how to do it. You get that little curl, like an S, at the neck. One more time. And that little curl. So what you're doing is this hand on the arm is going to go just a little faster than this hand on the back. You're kind of about mid-back with this inside hand, and you need to gauge so that they end at the neck at the same time. And what you want to do is bring this outside hand, and as you come up to the neck, you're going to look at your palm, so it preps that tissue right there. And at the same time, this hand is going to travel up, and when they meet at the neck, you're going to twist it just a little bit. And this hand is going to flatten, the other one's going to go across and pull down. Again, that outside hand, look at your palm. This inside hand, you're going to twist that tissue around and then pull out. And when you put the pieces together, look at your palm, come around, twist, pull out. Again, look at your palm, twist, come across and down. And again, this is one of those where you do it at least 3 times and get progressive with your pressure. Can you see how I'm flattening out, and I'm pushing my body weight down onto her back, and I'm twisting and out. And that is our S-shaped kneading. From here, we're going to take our fingertips, and you can use fingertips, thumbs, as long as you keep that line, or even knuckles. And we're just going to take some pressure, and I like to keep a nice line with my fingertips, and go up through that area between where all those knots like to form, between the edge of this bone right here and the spine. That is everybody's favorite. It's called the rhomboids. And we're going to just pinpoint some pressure through there. And you can actually do swirls or just some deeper strokes and just go nice and slow. If your hands are getting tired, just shift to knuckles. Just make sure you're not on top of the bones as you go through that line. Just to give it some attention. You can even stop and put some static pressure on those. They call them trigger points. And move through. And remember, this is just basic. This is just a nice back massage. The next piece that we're going to go into is we're going to come to the outside now. And we're just going to take our body, and I don't want you to flex your hands. I want you to kind of back up a little bit and just move your hands through. And I like to take my thumb, nice line, and just feel. Everybody always gets this little bumpy area right here that gets kind of stuck. And when this area gets stuck, it pulls the neck down. And then they feel the tension there. So this is an area to spend some time on to just get it to relax. And you can use knuckles, but you need to be careful. This is your rib cage, so you got speed bumps. So you need to go slow and easy, and that's why I like a broader tool like my palm and my thumb feeling. And I'm just coming along the edge of that bone. I'm not on it, just along the edge. That's where the muscles attach. And you can take this stroke all the way out through all those muscles, just like that. But don't forget this area. It's really important. Okay, and I'm going to just incorporate both of those strokes together. And then we're going to turn around and come the opposite direction so that we can take this motion and go straight into the lower back.